For years, I thought that guitar tone was all about finding the right gear. I've tried amps, pedals, setups, a lot of them. But somewhere along the way, my ear changed. And this setup right here is what I ended up with. Well, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, hi. This is a checkpoint. It's not a conclusion. It's a status quo. It's a flagpole along the way. Where I've gotten to and the journey, the 6-year-long tone-searching journey that I've been on. Maybe it will help guide you along your own journey. At the beginning, I remember that I had this mindset that the tone, there had to be like a lot of gain. My first real amp, was a PV Valve King 212. It's a 100-watt 212 valve amplifier. When I say it's loud, that doesn't even begin to cover it. It's loud. I had two use cases for what I was doing. So first of all, there was the gear for recording these videos, right? What would allow me to get the most sounds, to be able to explore a lot of options. And second was, what was I going to play live, like realistically, in the places where I play. And we're very fortunate here that we still have places where we are allowed to bring amps on stage and allow them to be loud and to... use in those cases, right? And at the beginning I thought, okay, I need options. So it was always more options, more control, more of everything. What happens is that my ear changed. And I suspect this is something that's going to happen for you as well, because your ear will change as you play. You'll learn to hear. And your preferences will change as a result. Simplicity became more important. Reliability, reproducibility, something that I can, plug in, turn on, play. I like the physical knobs. I like to be able to go, adjust, and that's it, without even looking at the thing. It became clear after a while that I had found a few sounds. And that's pretty much it. That's all I like. That's all I need for now and for the kind of music that I play. In time, my ear changed before my gear did. So I found myself looking again, especially in the early stages. You change a lot. Your ear develops very, very, very quickly. And I remember, like in the early days, the pedals, I tried so many pedals, many types of drives, many types of distortions, compressors, delays, and they're nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, pedals are great and they inspire. They show you what's possible and they'll give you a sound. They'll give you something that it will inspire you to play in a certain way. But they also distract. Like a lot. You will spend time just, enjoying the sound instead of playing and instead of learning. And especially at the beginning, playing clean. And I don't mean like with a clean tone. Playing cleanly. When you touch a string, you only touch the string so that you only produce the notes that you want to produce. And that's very important. I wanted less distraction and more playing. But it is part of the journey. You can't take it out. You have to try stuff. But remember to play. After I got over the PV Valve King 212, which I still love and I like and it has its uses, I discovered small tube amps. And I think what attracted me to them is that they were true, they were pure, and especially like Class A tube amps, which are extremely touch sensitive. They're very, very interactive, and they reward the playing, not the fiddling, not the tones. Like, granted, each one of those is a tool for a specific need, like bringing a 5-watt tube amp on stage. Even though it can be loud, it doesn't give you a lot of options, right? And that led me in the end to the 5E3. I got this Weber Tweed 5E3 with an Alnico speaker in it, and I just fell in love with it. It's surprisingly loud, and it's very focused because it's a 112, right? So the sound is very, very directional, and that's okay for the kind of venues that I play. And it has an infinity of tones. It's infinity. You'll find a lot of videos on YouTube about the 5e3, so I won't go in that direction. I like my Weber 5e3. I am a Strat guy. I have a Les Paul, I have a Casino, but I am a Strat guy at heart. It's what I feel at home with. Because I'm a tinkerer, I made my own. I found a Squire on the internet a while back, which was in a color that I absolutely loved. I was able to get it from eBay for a very, very reasonable price at the time. And I made it my own. I put my own neck on it, the pickups that I want. But the point is that it's familiar. The neck fits my hand, as it were. It's just home. And it allows me to play the best that I can play. So point being that the tools, the guitar and the amp and the signal chain and the pedals, they're meant to facilitate. They're meant to allow me to express what I can and I want to express. They're not supposed to be distractions from that. So in the end, the guitar just got out of the way of my playing. It allowed me to play the way I want to play. So what's the point of this whole diatribe? You're allowed to try things. You're allowed to change your mind, and your taste is allowed to change. You will find home. Definitely, you'll find home at some point. But the journey is the point. And you don't owe consistency to anybody. You don't owe anything to anybody. Try stuff. Find what you like. Play. The joy is in the playing. And it gets hard at times. And it gets boring. And you're in a rut. And it gets monotonous. And you find inspiration. And you find the way to move on. The important thing is to play. It's not a learning curve. It's a learning staircase. The journey is the point. And I hope you will join me on this journey in the year to come. Subscribe if you haven't already. Watch some of my other videos. So thanks for sticking with me for this heart-to-heart. And just a reminder, this is just me sharing a moment in time. I'm not saying that this is the great setup for everybody. This is what inspires me at the moment and what I feel at home with. Have fun on your journey. Remember to play. And have a good day or night, depending on the rotation of your location.